Good morning, participants. We will start the session sharp at 10 a.m. Good morning, participants. A warm welcome to the participant to day 10 of 12 days capacity building program organized by IPAC of Nagendas Khandwala College. Today, our topic for session 1 is e-resources for academic research. I think that's a very important aspect as a secondary source of data collection for any researcher. And today it's our privilege to introduce our resource person, our very own Miss Sonali Vatkar. She is a librarian at the Nagendas Khandwala College. She has done her master's in library and information science from SNDT Women University, net qualified and currently pursuing a PhD from SHPT School of Library Science, SNDT Women University. She started her career as a librarian at the Department of Educational Technology, and she has also set up a library. At present in college, she is an IPAC member, a convener of Khandwala Publishing House, and also Library Advisory Committee. She has delivered approximately 8 sessions under the COIS program and a national workshop of planning online and blended learning. Apart from that, she has assisted about 7 national workshops organized by the Teaching Learning Center of SNDT Women University. She has published 1 conference paper and 2 book chapters. So we welcome Ms. Sonali Vatkar for the session on e-resources. Over to you, Ms. Sonali.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the brief introduction. It is my privilege to be the part of the 12 days capacity building program as a co-convener as well as a resource person. So without taking off much of your time, I'll just share my screen, and to please allow me to switch off my video to save the bandwidth. Is it visible to all?
Yes, yes.
So today's topic is e-resources for academic research. So e-resources are very important in every research. What is e-resources? E-resource is defined as a resource which requires computer access or any electronic device to deliver a collection of data. That can be a journal article, ebook, or any numerical data or geographical data, multimedia products like image, audio, video, and many more. So we'll see how it helps us in research. So Mona madam has explained research process very nicely. So she explained that the first process is formulating the research problem, objectives of research, and Moshe madam has explained research review, literature of review. So in that, in research we have to formulate research problem, objectives of research. In that, we need to have extensive review of literature for our research. But how we will get that research? So e-resources gives us to access these. So what are the types of e-resources? E-resources are e-books, e-journals, e-magazines, e-newspapers, e-patents, full-text databases, indexing and abstracting databases, as well as multimedia products. Why do we use e-resources for our research? To search and reach to information. Earlier the information was available only in print format, but nowadays we have the opportunity to access e-resources through various databases. So it helps us to make effortless search. It saves our time and money. So and to carry out the data easily. Earlier, like for example, the research journal has published in January, but due to some delivery problem, it did not reach to the library. So what happens? I will not get the updated information. But e-resource, in this case, e-resources are available. So if it is published in January, I'll get the access in January only. And it allows us to browse huge amount of information to make deep study, and it gives us wild word information. So in the image shows that we have surface web and deep web and dark web. So we will be not talking about dark web. We will be just focusing on surface web and deep web. As we get the information on Wikipedia, Google, website, YouTube and blogs, but is it the information we are getting is relevant to us? So we don't know that the information we are getting on Google, Wikipedia, websites, or anywhere, it is accurate or relevant to us. So there is a deep web where we will get the relevant and accurate data for our research. So what are the resources for that? Academic databases, medical records, scientific records, repositories are there, financial records are there, subscription information, government records, legal documents, and multilingual databases. So there are two types of e-resources. One is commercial databases with consortium and open access e-resources. So we will be talking about both one by one. First important thing is the library catalog, that is online or public access catalog. Every researcher should go for online public access catalog, where the library has given the access to the bibliographic data or metadata for a particular article or particular journal. So first we should go for that. Every library has that. We should go for every, like I want to search data for Mumbai University Library, so I'll just go to their college or their university OPAC, and I'll get the access. So I can get the content, so I can get the bibliographical data where the book or journal is kept in the Mumbai University, so I can go to that particular library. E-Consortia by InflibNet. So first is eShod Sindhu. We know that eShod Sindhu is a platform where we get the lot of information, but it is useful for librarian as well as researcher. So I'll give you both the side. I'll show you what it gives to the librarian and what it gives to the e-resource researchers. So I'll show you. I'll demonstrate how to search information on eShod Sindhu. Is it visible? I'm on Google browser, Chrome browser. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. So it gives, for librarians, it gives negotiated rates. So InflibNet works for every institution or colleges to negotiate the price of the database with the database owner. So if for librarians, I'll show you what is the structure. I'll just log in. Okay, first let me just show you the how to search information in this. So eShod Sindhu is giving you various databases access. It gives you how many institutions have the access to this particular database. I'll just click on this. So these are the list of institutions who are subscribing to these databases. You can see the list of institutions. So if you want the data from that particular database, you can contact that particular library and get the access to that to the article or ebook. Here you can see what are the journals they are subscribing. This is the list of the journals. You can see. This is the journal, ACM, Journal of Emerging Technologies in Computing System. eShod Sindhu gives you the access to 10,000, more than 10,000 e-journals, 1,99,000 e-books. So we'll go to Enlist. Enlist is the consortium by InflibNet Center, InflibNet Center. So here every college has the access to this the database, where every user has to give the email ID and name to the librarian. So librarian will register that research scholar and give the username and password. This is very important database. These are the databases we are getting access to these databases. So for example, I'll go to JSTOR. As we know that this is commercial database, we don't get the access to JSTOR openly. So I'll get the access through Enlist consortium. So I'll just click on JSTOR. Here you can see access provided by Enlist member institutions. Because I have logged in, that's why it is showing me. If I just log into I'll just go to a JSTOR website, it will not show me this access provided by Enlist. I'll search business management. Here you can see this is the journal article I'm getting. So the title is Knowledge Management and Knowledge Management System, Conceptual Foundation and Research Issues. I'll show you the other side also. Now it is showing you the, you can download this document. See, I can get the access to the article. This is the article. I want the journal articles from 2019 to 2022 only. So I'll just click on apply. Here it is giving me the journal articles which has been published in 2000, in between 2019 and 22. So if I click on this title, I'll get the access. I'll show you the other side. If I just go to JSTOR website. See, it is not showing the access through enlist member institution. So I'll search same keyword. The same title is on my screen, but I am not getting the access to this particular journal article. Even if I change the date, that will not give me the access to the particular article. Let's see. See, it is not available. I can just get the preview of the journal article. So through Enlist, we will get the access to lot of and quality based articles, ebooks, or any research material. Again, I'll go with Sage Publication ebooks. Let me search. Here it is showing InflibNet. See, I got the access to entire book through Enlist. So this is very important database for every researcher. I must say that researcher should get the access from the librarian and use this database. Now I'll go to the next database. Repositories by InflibNet. We know that the Shodhganga is there and Shodhgangotri is there. So Shodhganga gives us PhD thesis. It is giving us more than 368,000 PhD thesis. We can search it through a keyword, or you can search by institution also. I'll show you that. This is the Shodhganga homepage. So I'll click on search and browse. I want to see how many PhD theses have been done in Mumbai University from particular department. So I'll just click on universities and department. Yes. Here you can see the universities and department. I'll go to University of Mumbai. See, I want to just check the thesis which have been published under University of Mumbai. These are the departments. Let's see chemistry, the Institute of Science. They have published 5 PhD theses and it is available on Shodhganga. So these are the theses. I can just click on the title and I'll get the access to each chapter. They gives us the citation details also. You just have to copy that. Now we'll go to Shodh Gangotri. What Shodh Gangotri provides, it provides the synopsis. So we can get to know that what are the research topics are currently on process. So this is the list. I can just search by management. Here you get the departments also and the titles. So this synopsis was uploaded on 3rd April 2020. Who is the researcher? Who is the guide? You can see that. So these are the chapters. I'll see the objectives. I want to see what are the objectives. If my topic is related to this particular title, then I can see the objectives and I can modify my objective and I can think behind these parameters. See, I can get the access. National Digital Library of India is one of the best initiative taken by IIT Kharagpur. It is sponsored by Ministry of Education, Government of India through its national mission on education through information and communication technology. That is NMEICT. So here you just have to log in. If you have already logged in, you can get the access. So I'll show you in 1 minute how to access that. I have logged in. These are the resources are available on a National Digital Library of India. If I want to just click on this, I can click and I'll get the entire document. Here you can see the lock is open lock. So that means it is available for the user. I can download that. It is 21 pages. So I can read it and I can use it for my research. Now we will, I just explained you how to access data from JSTOR. So I'll not explain you again this. And we have JGate also to access the data. We'll see that also. JGate is it provides journal indexed till date, like it gives you 58,817 journals, it is more than crore. So it gives the articles also, and 15,000 articles daily added. It updates on daily basis. We can log in through this database also. Now we will discuss open access content from commercial databases. So Emerald is the database where we can get the quality based articles for our research. Emerald Insight. This is the search box. You can search by keyword, author, title, anything. Here you can see it gives related search options also. If you can select that also from this. Here you can see. Here you get the options, the access only content. I have access to only open access content. So I'll click on this. These are the title articles are available for the researcher through open access. I'll click on this title. Here I get the abstract. I can read and I can come to a conclusion that I want this article for my research or not. You can see the entire article. Even if you want to download that, you can download. Here the PDF option is there. You just have to click on that PDF option and you can download. Here you can search by like you want to get the article which were published in last week. So I can click on this option, last week. These are the articles. Here you can see that publication date. So it is 8 July 2021, 12 May 2022. It is very latest article. If it is related to your topic, you can just download it and you can read it and you can save it on your devices. This is about Emerald database. We'll go to next database, that is Elsevier. I hope I'm clear in till now. Am I clear till now?
Yes, yes.
Thank you, ma'am. To get access to open access from the Elsevier database, you just have to type elsevier.com/open access open-access journal. I'm not going directly to Elsevier database. I'm going to the platform where Elsevier has uploaded their open access journals. So I'll click on this. Here you can see find an article option is there. It is Elsevier database website. I'll click on find an article. Here you can see it has directed me to Science Direct. I'll just add keyword Suggested publications, it is showing me advanced in child development and behavior. If I click on this, I'll get the access. See, this is the entire journal. It is a book series. I can get the access. So the chapter 1, chapter 3, chapter 4, it is not available fully. This is the first article. Here it shows open access. The green dot is there. That shows the article is available. I can click here. You can see the when it was published, 28 May 2022. Again, it is very recent published article. I can click on this. And I will get the entire article. Here you can see the view PDF option is there or download full issue. I'll click on view PDF option. You can see the entire article. You can download it from here, the down arrow button. Here you can have you have the options like which type of article you want. If you just want the research articles, you can click on this box. These are the research articles. So this article is not available. That's why the green icon and open access is not written. These are the available articles. Here they have given the cite facility in which format you want the citation. You can share the article. If you have login, if you know the Mendeley, how to use Mendeley, you can add this article to your, you can attach this article to your Mendeley account also. See, these are the images in this particular article. I can see that also. If you want to check the tables also, you can click on the table. Find a journal option is also available on Elsevier. You can just add the keyword and you can search, like how we have just searched on for a journal article. Now we will search on ProQuest database. Again, ProQuest gives you a lot of quality-based information for your research. Here you can see it gives scholarly journals, books, videos and audio, dissertation and thesis. So we'll see how to search on ProQuest database. This is the search box. Here you can see what are the best things they are providing, like find support, looking for other products and everything. If your institution has subscribed to this particular database, you can get the username and password and you can access through that. If we don't have, we can just access to open access articles or thesis. I want books. So I'll click on this books option. Here you can see that these are the results. It is giving you 14 lakh. It is 1 crore 43 lakhs 19,000 results are there. I'll go for books. These are the books, but it is it shows that the preview available. I'll see. These books are not available freely. So I'll go scholarly journals. Let me just click on this. It is not available. Here you can see, no, it is not visible. Here you can see this scholarly journal is available. So I can, here you can see the full text is, and the lock option is there. Lock icon is there. Developing green healthcare activities in the total quality management framework. I can click on this title and see that this article is published in 2022. So it is very recent article. You have the full text access. You can see this. This is the entire journal article. Here they have given the bibliographical and bibliographical data as well as metadata. This is a scholarly journal, the DOI. We'll go to next database, that is Wiley Online Library. Wiley is commercial database, but it gives you open access journal articles. Here is the search box. Let's search machine learning. I have searched machine learning in bioinformatics. This book is available freely. I can click on the chapters. It is available, like if you want to just read the summary, you can click on summary button. If you want the PDF, you can click on the PDF option. You can see the what is the summary of the book. Here you can see the option, three options are there: articles and chapters. The result is 2,19,000 and publications are 61. The collection shows 1,086. If you click, or if you see the content, you will get the access to the books. Yes. If I click on this option, download PDF, but it is not available. You can see the published in where it has been published. The subjects, if you want to select by, go by subject, you can click on this. Here you can see open access option is there. That means it is available freely. I'll click on this button, this title. You have the access. I can read this article from my home or anywhere on my device. You have the option to download the document. So this is the article. You can download. Now we will go to the next database we don't have much time. Springer link. So it gives you the open access books. We'll see. I hope the participants are noting down the database's name. Providing researchers with access to millions.
Sonali, what you do is you give a list of databases in the WhatsApp group also.
Sure,
so that
ma'am,
they
sure.
can, yeah.
Sure, ma'am, sure. Ma'am. So this is the Springer link. I'll search business administration. These are not available. I'll click on free access materials. Open access material. I have clicked on this box, include preview only. So it was earlier clicked. I unclicked this. So I unchecked it, and you can see the articles. This is the article. It was published in 2015. You can download this article. So these databases gives you the facility to get open access content without a login or anything. You just have to go to that database and you just have to search through keyword and get the article for your research. Now we'll go to Taylor and Francis. As in Enlist also we get the access to Taylor and Francis. So whatever open access articles are there or subscribed articles are there through Enlist, we will get the access to, we will get the access in the Enlist also. For Taylor and Francis open access articles or books, you have to go to www.eandofonline.com. Open access. So here they have given the search option. So they have given the description what is open access and what how they are helping you in this. Here you get the list of open access journals, open select, or various options are there, but I'll check with the I'll go with search box. You can search by author also. On this page you get the here you get the two boxes, like one says only show content I have full access or only show open access. So I'll click on this button. See what are the full text articles are there. These are very old articles. This is 2005, 2015, 2016. So I can click on the title. Here you get the full text article. You can download it. You can see the figures and data. See, this is the these are the graphics, charts and tables. If you want to see the references, you can see from this button, references. If you want to cite this article, you can get the details of the citation. You can just copy this and you can paste it in your Word document. You can see the metrics also. How many views were there? How many citations were there? Alt metrics is not given. You can download it from PDF option. We'll go to next database. So this is SSRN, that is Social Science Research Network, which gives you open access articles. Here is the search box. Let's say this article is available or not. This article is available. I can download this article. This is the article. If you want to open it in browser, you can click on this open PDF in browser. You can see 17 pages are there. You can refer it for your research. We'll go to next database. This database again is available through Enlist. You can just go to Enlist and you can access it. If you want to go to this particular database, you can go to ACM Digital Library. You can see it results are there, videos, periodical, software, and people. We will see periodicals. It is not available. This is paid journal, so we will not get the access. But if we search, if we go to this database through Enlist, you will get the access to this journal. So I would recommend all the researchers ask the username and password to their librarians and get the access and explore the Enlist database. ResearchGate is again platform where all the researchers have been registered. The open access journal articles are there. We'll go to ResearchGate. If you want to search by author, author or researcher, you can search. Let's search. These are the authors. Here you can click on publications. If you want to this ResearchGate allows you to request the article directly to the researcher. So you just have to fill this form and you will send the request, or you just have to send the mail to particular researcher and you will get the access to that article. Here you can see this article is available, so I can see full text available, and we just scroll down. Yes, this is the article. View full text. I can click on view full text. It is, I think this is the, this is the book, School Library Management. It is available in Word document. You can see. This is the entire book. Like this, you can search books and researchers and what are the if you know there is a well-known researcher, you can just search by the researcher and you can see the articles which have been published by the author or the researcher. If I know that the Dhara Parekh has published many books, then I'll click on the author's name. So what are the resources she has published? I can see that this is available. Full text data, full text article is available. You can see. I hope I'm clear with ResearchGate. IEEE is for engineers, and like it gives you technical information, articles related to technology. Here also we have we get the access to open access content. I'll not demonstrate how to search on this database. We had described, we had shown, I just shown that how to search on Science Direct also. This is PubMed databases, which is which focuses on medicine, and it is for doctors and medical profession. Academia is again a platform where we will get the open access art content. You can see psychology and educational psychology. If I click on this title, it is showing a download full PDF package. It's let's see, it is available or not. It is in English. Counseling psychology. Let's see this. Download option is not there. We will just get the preview. Let me try this download full text package. It is not available. If the content is available, then it is available. It gives you open access. Then you will be able to download the article. Here you get the options, paper titles, paper, how many full text articles are there. You can select which type of document you want. If you want the just journal articles, you will get that. Right now it is not available. I can, if I log in, I will get the access to this. We'll go to next database, that is ERIC Institute of Educational Sciences. Yes, this is the search option. Here also you get the open access content. Here you can select that full text available on ERIC. I'll search business management. These are the open access content. It was published in 2019. If it is relevant to your research, then you can download it. We have ample of information on internet, but we should know that how to retrieve that from huge number of like from the web. So these are the open access content. I can download it. We'll go to next. DOAB, again, it provides you open access books. You can check this website and you can explore this. Open Library gives you ebooks which are available, and you can log in through this platform. I'll just go to this platform. These are the latest books. You can borrow it from the Open Library. I can log in. See, these are the books. Here it is showing I can borrow it. I will click on this borrow button. You can read it anywhere, and it gives you like how we borrow books from the library. The same system it follows. If you get it for 14 days, so after 14 days you have to return it. So you can click on return now. I can go to, it gives you the feel of reading the print book. See, again, the pages are like it shows the how we read the book. The entire book is available freely. So it is the best platform to get the access to open access ebooks. So they have given the options like related subtopics, sub themes like art, science fiction, fantasy, biographies are there. You can search through keyword also. If you know the title of the book, you can search. See, these are the books available. Z Library is again the same platform which gives you the e-books. Freely you can access it. You can just click on the titles and you will get the access. Project Gutenberg is the best e-books platform where you get the access to the entire book. I'll demonstrate how it works. This is the home page. It shows that 60,000 free ebooks are available on Project Gutenberg. Here they have search facilities, like if you want to search book, you can search by title. You want to see the bookshelves, like they have given the list of themes. So it is given alphabetically. I want to read crime book, crime related book. So I'll just click on crime bookshelf. These are the titles. 4 titles are there. I'll click on detective fiction. This is the theme, and these are the titles. You can see. If I click on any title or any book cover, I'll get the entire book. You have to click on this, read this book online, HTML. If you have the EPUB reader, you can click on this and you can read it. It will give you the feel of reading print material. This is the entire book. You can see. You can click on the chapters also. We'll go to next as we don't have much time. We have 2 minutes. So this is Open Knowledge Repository. This again gives you the open access ebooks. Hathi Trust is the organization which is working on the digital ebooks only. You can just go to this website and you can get the access to ebooks. Google Scholar we know, and it gives you the, I'll not demonstrate it because I think we know that how to search data on Google Scholar. So search through these databases and as well as Google Scholar, get the access to open access journal articles, see the bibliographical data when it was published. Is it relevant to us? Is it available on quality based database platform, or any just it is on the public, like it is not available? See that it is not available on Wikipedia or any no, which is not authentic data, which will not give you the authentic data. Go for quality based databases. So with this, I end my presentation. I know that I haven't covered each and every database, but I try to cover a lot.
If participants have any question, they can type or they can unmute themselves and ask the question. One of the question asked by Mr. Mahesh was if he can access, but as a student of PhD of college, he can access the databases using NKC credentials.
Yes.
If any other questions are there, you can unmute yourself or you can type it. I think so. No question. Maybe after they are going through, they can ask it in the WhatsApp group. I would like to call Assistant Professor Ms. Vishaka Bagwe to propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Okay. On behalf of our management, our director, Dr. Mrs. Nancy Jose, ma'am, our in-charge principal, Professor Dr. Maushmi Datta, ma'am, Vice Principal and IQAC Coordinator, Dr. Mona Mehta, ma'am. I would like to thank our speaker for today, Ms. Sonali Vatkar, ma'am, for giving us such a wonderful and valuable session. Ma'am, as we know, and we all participants know here, that web is a place where we keep on searching, and the search is endless. So it's a trick, like whatever you want to search, whatever data or whatever article you require, it's a trick to search, and we need to master it if we want to make our research more effective. So thank you, ma'am, for giving us an elaborative session demonstrating each and every available libraries, available databases like Shodh Sindhu, Enlist. Then we have for PhD thesis Shodh Ganga, Shodh Gangotri for synopsis, and the list goes on and on. So, ma'am, this session was really very helpful for all our participants, especially the ones who are entering into the field of research, because if you know how to search for a particular topic, your research topic searching also becomes simpler. So, ma'am, really, I would like to thank you on behalf of our entire management, our principal, director, ma'am, and each one of us for giving us such a wonderful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Sonali, there is one question Professor Shabir has asked. Those who retire, how can they get an access to a library?
They can go to their institution, or they can fill the form. If they can get the permission from the management or the principal, then they can get the access to the database, because every librarian needs that the researchers and the research scholars and the teachers should access the available resources. So it is very, all the librarians will welcome you, sir. So you can just contact them. Ma'am, you're on mute mode.
Yeah. We have our next resource person, Dr. Parul Zaveri, along with us. Ma'am, if you can. So the next session deals with impact factor and matrix. So just 1 minute. Ma'am has joined from other device also. So we have Dr. Parul Zaveri along with us for the next session, which deals with impact factor and matrix, which is a very important factor to know the quality and the impact your published research has had on people, on the next research scholars or on people. So Dr. Parul Zaveri is an associate professor in library and information science at SHPT School of Library Science, SNDT Women's University, Mumbai. Ma'am has about 25 years of teaching experience in areas of teaching alike library management, digital libraries, archive management, reference and information sources. A PhD thesis also deals with disaster management in libraries in India. Ma'am has published about 30 articles as chapters in books, journal articles, and papers, both at national and international conferences. Ma'am has also designed an online certificate course in archive management using WizIQ and Moodle. She has acted as an external PhD referee. Also, ma'am is at present a PhD guide at SNDT University. Currently, she has about 6 students under her guidance. Ma'am has a professional foreign visits also, about 6 months as Fulbright scholarship at USA, and also ma'am has attended an ICT training program for women in higher education in Japan. So we welcome you, ma'am, and looking forward for the session on impact factor and metrics. Over to you, ma'am, to take the session forward.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. I'll just share my screen so that we can start the presentation.
Ma'am, since you've logged in through 2 devices, it is echoing, the voice is echoing.
One minute, I'll just...
Yes.
Is it still echoing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, one minute, I'll just leave from here. So I hope I'm audible to everyone. The voice sound is not a problem. Okay. So good morning, everyone. Today's topic is on impact metrics, which all of us are concerned, because whether we are, is my slide visible to all? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So whether you are a PhD student, whether you are a teacher, or whether you are a researcher, today we need to ensure ourselves that whatever we write or we publish, other people know about it. At the same time, that is increasing our visibility for whatever work we are doing, so that we can collaborate with others. At the same time, we want to publish in reputed journals, so that the more you publish in reputed journals, the more valuable your contribution becomes. So impact metrics is basically through, you can see here, through Web of Science, Scopus, Google Scholar, you can create, you can publish and identify what are the different types of impact matrices. So this presentation should basically tell you like some of the questions which you should be clear in which journals I should publish, because there are plenty of journals. Now, if you're in an academic field, then for your CAS promotion and all, you are expected to publish in UGC Care List journal only. So, and UGC Care List journal has certain criteria. So you must check when you're publishing whether your journal, in whichever journal you want to publish, whether it is in UGC Care List or not. You may want to know who are my well-known authors in my subject area, so that when you are doing your literature review, when you are writing some references, you will try to cite those well-known authors, because they are authentic people who are contributing to your subject area. Then you may have written an article in a journal. So you want to know if my article written in a particular journal is cited by some other people. As you are citing in your literature review or in your paper, somebody may cite your article also. This impact matrix and citation analysis, we call it, will help you to know how many people, suppose you have written an article in 2017, then you want to know in 2019 or 22, how many people have cited my article, which was published in 17. Though if it is 100 citations are there, their article is quite valuable. In literature review also, you may want to know which research articles I must cite, from which journals I should cite, because if you cite from a popular magazine or if you cite from unauthentic site, then the question can come up that ideally a literature review should consist research articles and it should be from a reputed journal. And will this impact matrix help in getting a good job or promotion? Yes, it is definitely important, because I'll give you an example. In Institute of Chemical Technology, that is earlier known as UDCT, the researchers, there's a good research work going on at present. And the librarian there was telling me that these researchers earlier had published in different journals, because as part of PhD program, you are expected to do 2 publications. But now for everything, the research guide is asking whether you have published in UGC Care List journal or not. And then whatever they have published based on research earlier, if not in UGC Care journal, they are required to do another publication. And you know that publication takes time. So it does help you if you are very careful about what type of journals I should publish, what is the ranking of that journal, which impact matrix try to tell you. And I'll be just showing you the UGC Care List, where you can check if from your subject area which journals are included. So basically, what is an impact matrix? Impact matrix is based on citation counts. So what is a citation? Or in all your articles, research, you are expected to write at the end of the chapter which references you have used, where you write the author, title, journal title, volume number, issue number, that is considered as your citation. Now, whichever author's citation you have used in your chapter, that author is a cited author. And since it is cited in your chapter, you become a citing author. So naturally, the cited author has published in 2017, and the citing author, maybe you are giving a reference to it in your article in 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, any other work. And another trend is that many authors cite their own citations, their own articles published earlier, which is known as self-citations. So this concept should be very clear: cited author, citing author, and self-citation. And the father of this citation analysis is Eugene Garfield, who introduced this concept using technology, because without technology, it's a very huge task. So with technology, this became easier to know who is the cited author, who are citing, and this goes on every year. So I just show you here, this article has my article of Parul Zaveri. So I become the cited author. Okay. Yeah, so you can see here, this article is written by me. So this is, I am a cited author. Now, when this article has come in August 2014. Now, if you see here, in ProQuest database, somebody has cited my article. Okay, so this Chika Pohebe and Madhu Mere has cited my article. So they are citing my article, they are citing authors. And you can see here. So this is the database. And if I go, this is the full text article. And if I go at the end, you will find in references, my article, the author has mentioned. You can see here, Zaveri P. 2015 Library High Tech. And this article by Chika has come in 2020. So when did I write? In 15, and it has come, somebody has cited me in 20. So immediately people don't cite. It takes about 2 years, 3 years for people to get access to it and cite it. So I hope this concept of cited author and citing authors is clear. And citation analysis is nothing but counting how many times an article written by an author is cited by other authors over the years. You can also do for journal. So you want to know how important is the journal. You can do analysis for author, or you can do analysis for an institution. So from one institution, how many publications have happened in a particular year. So that way also the analysis can be done. And there are various tools, technology tools available to do this citation analysis. So impact matrix is based on this citation analysis, which is analyzing the frequency with which a specific article, say written by Parul Zaveri, has been cited by other authors in a particular year. And this helps basically to rank a journal also, because if I'm studying impact metrics of Library High Tech, then I will try to find out how this Library High Tech has been cited over the years. So I can do for author, I can do for a particular journal.
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am.
Yeah.
But we can see just your presentation, not the other screen.
No, other screen. Now it is just slide impact metrics.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So basically impact metrics can be created for a journal, for an institution, for an author, and that is what this presentation is going to tell you. So impact metrics can be done for journals, for authors, for institutions. It will change every year, because if I have written in 15, definitely in 16 there will be very few people who will be citing, but maybe 17, 18, 19 there'll be more people citing. But as the year grows, 23, 24, 25, again less people will be citing, because my article of 2015 becomes outdated by then. Depends on the subject. Like in science and technology, we say that as far as possible, you take references from last 3 years. So the metric factors also changes, and there are different publishers, organizations who have developed different types of impact factors. So we will be seeing that. It can be generally, it can be very high for scientific journals compared to social science journals, because in scientific journals, the citation patterns, the need to cite earlier published article is much higher compared to social science journals. Now, these are the citation databases like Web of Science by Clarivate Analytics, Scopus from Elsevier, and Google Scholar. These three are main ones. There may be others also, but if you are applying somewhere, then they may ask you, what is your H index? or which journals, in which journal you have published, what is the impact factor of that journal. So then if you have your ID in Google Scholar, you can show your H index, you can show your I10 and I20 index. That is what the examples of impact metrics I'm talking about. But this has become possible because these databases are created, and these databases have citations or references for more than 100 years now. So they have millions of entries for articles, conference papers, chapters in books and such things. So every time somebody will cite you from Web of Science, automatically it will capture and it will show that how many people have cited you. Same way for Scopus and same way for Google Scholar. We will see that examples little later. So you can, this is just a screenshot of Web of Science, and it's a paid database, but you can check for your H index or how it can be done through the home page. This is a Google Scholar, which is a free tool which you can use to create your own identity. Like you can see here on the right hand side, my photo is there. So this is a Google Scholar page of mine. And here my profile is there, my library is there. And if you go to my page, you will see how many articles I have written, how many citations have come, and so on. So most popular research metrics which are there in the world field today, one is called as Journal Impact Factor. It's in short IF, which is created by Clarivate Analytics using the database Web of Science. There's another one called CiteScore. All are impact factors. The number of years it covers may be different. The number of in the database, number of entries they have, it will be different. So you will see different score. Now, whatever, wherever you want to publish is up to you. Okay. So if your journal where you have published is included in Web of Science, if your institution is subscribing to Web of Science, then you can see the impact factor of your own, each index of your own, and impact factor of the journal in which you have published. So this is for journal impact factor. Even CiteScore is for the checking ranking of the journal. Even SJR is Schimego Journal Rank is also for journal ranking. Okay. So impact factor, CiteScore by Elsevier, again using Scopus, and SJR, Schimego Journal Rank using Scopus, all are different types of impact factors, which is creating the ranked list of journals, and the topmost journals that come in that ranked list are the most reputed journals in that subject area. Similar to this, there is another one called SNIP, Source Normalized Impact per Paper, again using Scopus. So you can see from Scopus, there are three types of impact factors: CiteScore, SJR, and SNIP. But this SJR and SNIP, we will cover, we'll just touch upon it. But yes, we will understand more in detail the impact factor from Web of Science, CiteScore from Elsevier using Scopus. Now, another one which is for author, which has become very popular, is H index. That is, what is the author's H index? Okay, and that also checks what you have published, how many people have cited, and it the system the technology calculates what is your H index. Similarly, H index has its own formula to calculate. It takes time. So simpler one is I10 and I20 index. Basically, I10 and I20 index, that is, suppose you have written 50 articles. Now, in 50 articles, how many articles are cited minimum 10 times? So if out of 50, your 5 articles have been cited 10 times, then your I10 index becomes 5. If 7 articles have been cited 10 times, then your I10 index becomes 7. So one article may be cited 50 times, but how many are 10 and above? Okay. Similarly, I-20 is minimum how many articles out of 50 have been cited 20 times or more. So if 8 articles have been cited 20 times or more, then your I-20 index is 8. That is number of articles cited 20 times and more. Now, all these different impact factors, H index, is basically based on journals, how citations are happening. But what happens if my article is published or my article is mentioned in Twitter or in Wikipedia or on a blog? These indexes are not calculating the impact factor there. Okay. There may be some mention about your article in a Twitter account, on a blog, on a website, or how many times it has been downloaded. All this also becomes important today to showcase yourself, because that shows that how your article has been mentioned in social media tools, in other, how it has been downloaded and all. For that, there are two impact metrics. One is known as altmetrics and another one is known as plumx. Now, question may be which one to see. Okay, what personally I feel for us important is IF, impact factor, if it is part of Web of Science. If it is not a part of Web of Science and it is part of Scopus, then CiteScore. A journal may have impact factor from Web of Science also and impact factor from Scopus also, known as CiteScore, because it has been covered by both databases. H index is for us authors, so we need to create our own H index. You can create your page in Google Scholar, and that will show you what is your H index once other people start citing your articles. I-10 index, I-20 index is also done by Google Scholar. Altmetrics, plumx. Okay? But all this is possible because of technology. Manually, if we want to do, it will be time consuming. And the more number of research you have, more number of citations you have, the applying of formula and keeping track who is citing my article is not practically possible. But with technology, it is possible to do. So one of that is journal impact factor, which is created and on a Web of Science database, and it provides 30,000, it indexes articles from 30,000 journals in all these subject areas, and it has articles from more than 115 years old. It is just an index, not the full text. So if I have mention of Library High Tech, my article in Web of Science, and if I click on it, I will just get the abstract or just the bibliographic details. But if my library is subscribing to Library High Tech, then only the full text will open. So this is an index database. And you can see 115-year-old. So millions of index entries for articles published across world is there. So it is Web of Science. It covers paid as well as open access journals. It creates impact factor based on a 2-year window period. So if you say you want to see the impact factor of 2019 of journal Library High Tech, then how many times articles, 2-year window period, no? So in 2017 and 2018, how many articles were published, and then how many times they are cited in post publication. So that will give you the impact factor of journal in 2019. If you want to journal impact factor in 2022, the same formula you will have to apply, but 2022 means you have to see 20 and 19, okay? 21 and 20. So impact factor is only for those 30,000 journals which are covered in Web of Science. Okay, but there may be some journals who are there in Scopus, but not in Web of Science. You may not get the impact factor for them. Now you can see this, the formula is there. I want to calculate impact factor for a journal X, then journal ABC, then how many articles were published in journal ABC? Suppose in 2018, 30, in 2017, 40. These are the publications. Now, these articles has been cited in 2017, that is this publication has been cited 60 times. This 40 publications has been cited 60 times, and this 30 publications has been cited 80 times in 2019. So the impact factor is citations, that is 80 citations of 2018, 60 citations of 17 divided by actual publications. And this is going to be 140 by 72. Like in science, this impact factor 2 will be very less. In science, the impact factor can go much more higher because their citations, writing references is much more higher. But in social science journals, even the 2 impact factor will be considered very good. So when you are publishing, when you are applying for CAS and in career advancement scheme, there are scoring for journals with higher impact factor. If you have published, then you get more score over there compared to the journal you have published in a journal which does not have ISSN number or which has less than 5 impact factor. I mean, there are criteria they have specified. So if you want more score over there, find out the impact factor of the journal from Clarivate and then include it in your profile so that it shows that you have. In Indian journals, we do find such higher, many more higher impact factors, but authentic impact factor is only from Web of Science published by Clarivate Analytics. Okay. Similarly, there is a site score, journal impact factor again, and this is done by Elsevier based on Scopus database. Okay. And this is also doing since 2004. It includes peer-reviewed articles, journals, books, chapters in books, conference proceedings in scientific and technical disciplines, all subject areas, medicine, social sciences, arts and humanities since 2004. And impact factor for Web of Science was calculating based on last 2 years. SiteScore calculates based on last 4 years. So naturally, the SiteScore is always higher for a journal compared to impact factor for the same journal, because here they are considering 4 years period. Okay, so Scopus is there from 2004, but from 2016 they have introduced this SiteScore. Okay, it uses a 4-year window period, and it includes only peer-reviewed publications like articles, reviews, conference papers, based on which the SiteScore is calculated. It includes non-peer-reviewed articles like editorials, news items, letters, notes, etc. So let's see the formula. SiteScore, journal ABC, if I take the same, what is the SiteScore of that journal in 2019? How many times the citations have taken place in 19, 18, 17, and 16? And how many articles in ABC journal were published in 19, 18, 17, and 16? So 40 articles are published in 19, 30 articles in 18, 17 articles in 45, and 45 articles in 17, and 42 articles in 16. And they have been cited 105 times, 100 times. So you can see here, the SiteScore has become 2.57. Why? Because it is a 4-year period, whereas the Web of Science was taking only the 2-year period. But as I said here, some journals are common in Web of Science also and Scopus also. Some journals are unique in Web of Science, some journals are unique in Scopus. If that is the case, for those journals, you will get only impact factor or only site score. But when it is included in both, you can see the site score as well as impact factor of the journal. So you can see the comparison here. Impact factor is Web of Science. And when you are calculating 2019 impact factor, it will study for 17 and 18. And when you are studying here from site score from 2019, it is going to take this 4 years period and then calculate. That is what I was showing you in the formula. You may not remember the formula, neither you need to remember it. The concept of how this site score and impact factor affects our profile is something that we need to understand and why they are important. Another thing is both Web of Science and Scopus are very, very reputed databases, indexing databases. So definitely, if your journal has an impact factor from Web of Science 3 and above, if you see your, if you're a teacher in your career advancement part, where you are supposed to give publications, if your impact factor is 3 and above, your scoring goes much higher. So that is very important. This is just an overview that site score will be higher than impact factor because it covers a 4 years period for analysis, whereas impact factor for 2 years. Remember, higher the impact factor from Web of Science, higher the site score from Social Science Scopus, the journal is highly influential in that subject area. And you must try to publish in that journal. But definitely when the journal is ranked high, there's a lot of rush to publish in that journal. So suppose you give your article today, you submit your article today in Journal Library High Tech. And if it's one of the reputed first 20 journals or 10 journals in library science, then if I submit today in July, I may, if it is accepted, then it may get published somewhere in April, May next year also. Suppose it gets accepted, but it comes back to you for some revision. So you are expected to revise and resubmit. So there can be a gap of 1 year, sometimes 2 years when you submit, and finally it comes into that journal because the journal is very reputed, highly well known, and always researchers are interested in published in highly ranked journal because that gives value to your articles, and more people are likely to see your articles and cite that. That is why this becomes important. Another impact matrix is Google Scholar. For journals, H index is done, which is known as H5 index. So here, what I'm talking about Google Scholar is H5 index for the journal, and H index I will talk little later. But H index can be for authors also and for journals also. And I10 and I20 index is mainly for authors. So Google Scholar has H5 index. Okay. H5 index is H index for articles published in the last 5 complete years. For example, the journal title Nature has H5 index 444. Okay, this is a very high H5 index. Okay, why? Because Nature is a very, very reputed journal. And many authors, researchers try to publish in Nature. So when I say journal Nature has H5 index of 444, what does it mean? From Nature, there are minimum 444 articles from 5 years, that is 2015 to 2019, say for example, which have been cited minimum 444 times. It's not calculating below 444. Okay, so let us see here if I can show you. see, this is the H5 index calculated by Google Scholar. And what it says, 444. Okay. Now, if I click on this, this is the first article in Nature published in, no, there's just give, yeah, year is 2020. It has been cited how many times? You can see 17,950 times. This article, a pneumonia outbreak, has been cited by across the world. Now you can imagine that this is the highest cited article from Nature, 17,000. So this article becomes a very, very reputed article. And if I go down like this, if I can go up to last, then it will show me last, these are total 444 articles, which has been cited minimum 444 times and above. That is why in 5 years, the H index of Nature becomes, H5 index of Nature becomes 444. I hope it is clear to you, but if I just go on doing, this will take time because it has to scroll through 444. But see, you can see here last 1545, like this, it will go on decreasing till 444. There may be articles which are which have 440 citations, 320 citations, then those are not included. These are only 444 articles which are showing that they have been cited minimum 444 times and above. That is what is H5 index of journal impact factor created by Google Scholar. So naturally, that shows that definitely Nature in its subject area is one of the reputed journal in the subject area, and you must try to publish in Nature. Okay, so here I have an old example. I mean, another example like Journal of, in social sciences, I have this example. I have said Journal of Business Ethics. The H5 index in Google Scholar shows me 105. That means now you can imagine where Nature 444 and H5 index of business ethics is 105, because naturally the citations, writing references compared to science is much less. Okay, so here it means there are at least 105 articles. There can be more articles in Journal of Business Ethics in last 5 years, but at least 105 articles which has minimum 105 and above citations. Why this is important? Because this shows the ranking of the journal, and this helps the researchers and authors to identify which are the most important journals in my subject area, and I must publish in that journal. Because we may publish in an non-reputed journal, less reputed journal. There are, I forgot the word, but there are journals, paid journals where you pay and you publish, but then that will not be considered for your cash promotion. So you have to be very careful, at least now. Earlier, the issue was different, but now it is compulsory that if you are doing research, if you are preparing for your promotion in teaching, in academic world, or anything, it should be in a reputed journal. It should be approved by UGC Care List, and UGC Care List also changes every year. Okay. Similarly, this we will just touch upon, that is SJR, Schemago Journal Rank, and hygiene factor, which is ES. Okay, this Schemago Journal indicator is based on Scopus only, but what it does is it creates 3-4 quartiles of the journals list in subject area. So in social sciences, there are 100 journals, suppose, then it will divide into 4 quartiles. Now it is possible that first quartile journal, whichever comes, they are highly reputed journals. And if you have published in the journal which is there in the first quartile list, then definitely your article is more valuable. Okay, so it is something similar to site score and impact factor, but their calculation method is different. And this hygiene factor is created by Washington University, and it is also considered to be influential if you have cited in more prestigious journals in your subject area. So we won't go into too much of detail, but these are also 2 impact factors that one need to remember. For us, H index, impact factor, site score, that should be more than enough for our research, for our publication, for our promotion, and so on. Similarly, there is SNIP, which is source normalized impact factor, which is again based on citations given in the present year to the publications in the past 3 years, divided by total publications in 3 years. So this SGR hygiene factor SNIP is not very popular at present. At present, we are seeing is mainly impact factors, site score, H index. Altmetrics, Plumex is also becoming popular. So criticism on impact factor matrix is that many times this citation is very intentional. So I'm doing my research, and I may include intentionally the publications of my research guide in my citations. Okay, you are forced to, or you just want to include it, though it is not relevant for your research. You may still include citation articles. You may cite articles written by your research guide. So though your impact, that research guide's impact factor goes higher because so many times it has been cited, but it's not a qualitative citation. So there is a lack of quality assessment of citations, because many times due to pressure, we need to cite our boss's article, our teacher's article without any relevance also. And many times, like there are authors who are writing in a year 20 articles, or in the last career of 15 years have written more than 500 articles. Then the trend is that when they write the next article, they cite their own earlier articles. That's called as self-citations. That also increases your impact factor or your H index. But then that's the question where comes, is the impact factor qualitative or not? Okay. And the Scopus and Web of Science specifically are basically based on English language journals. They don't cover other regional languages. So what happens to your citation cited by somebody in a Hindi article or in a Marathi article, then you will not get the citation for that here, because that Hindi article, Marathi article where your article is cited is not covered by Web of Science or CiteScore. But worldwide, this impact factor CiteScore is one of the accepted standard, and in India also it is definitely insisting now that the journal with higher impact factor you must publish. So we have to check this impact factor business. And please remember, many of the Indian journals with impact factor 20, 15, they will show on the cover page. वो पहले चलता था, अभी नहीं चलता है, क्योंकि अभी ओनली यूजीसी केयर लिस्ट में जो जर्नल है उसमें ही आपको पब्लिश करना है. एंड यूजीसी केयर लिस्ट हैज अ क्राइटेरिया to select which journal should be included in UGC care list. One of the criteria is अगर आपका journal Scopus में indexed है, and if it is fitting into the criteria, then UGC care list takes up that journal so that's why I'm insisting, please check Scopus whether the journal is included, check in UGC care list and then only publish. So that was, we were talking about the ranking of journals. Another one is the ranking of authors. How do you know who is the important author in your field? So that's called as H index. Okay. And H index is calculated like this. Suppose Dr. Smith has written 5 articles. Okay. First article written by him is cited 10 times. Second article cited 3 times. And third article cited 7 times. That means minimum 3 times the articles has been cited. How many articles are cited minimum 3 times? 3 articles. The H index is 3. It can't be 10. Okay. The H index cannot be higher than number of articles published. So there are 3 articles which has been cited 3 or more times. That is why the H index of Dr. Smith is 3. Okay. Why we took 3? Because 1 is very low. Okay. So that is why next is 3. So we are saying 3 articles are cited 3 times or more. That is 3 times, 7 times and 10. So Smith's H index is 3. Again, higher this H index goes for the author, more reputed the author becomes. Similarly, suppose an author has written 5 articles and you may say all 5 articles are cited 100 times each. But then we can't say the H index is 100. We have to say H index is 5. Is that clear? Then because H index cannot be higher than total number of articles. Please remember that. Suppose author has written 100 articles and each article has been cited 2 times. So here number of articles is 100, but it is only cited 2 times each article. That's why the H index is 2. So H index cannot be higher than highest number of citations. So this is, we need to remember that here 3 times cited. So we said 3. Okay. Here we are saying 5 articles are cited 100 times. So 5, it can be more. And here we are saying 2 because though the author has 100 articles, each article has been cited 2 times only. So H index can be different for different authors in different subject fields. Like in authors in science and technology will have a very high author H index, but authors in mathematics may not have very high H index because in mathematics there is no concept of writing citations, citing the earlier articles. But in medicine, in chemistry, science and technology, it will be higher. In social sciences, compared to science and technology, it may be less. So average, we have to see in science, you will see their H indexes are very high. Okay. Again, H index can be different from different subjects. H index can be different in the career path of an author. If you are a beginner in a career, naturally, but as you have grown in the career, as you have made more and more publications, after 10 years, your H index may be higher also. Because unless you publish, who is going to cite? How your H index is going to be? H index can vary with number of publications by author. It is possible that one author has written only 5 articles, but these 5 articles also may be cited very high. Now the author is at the end of the career, may not write more articles. So the H index may not be very high at career. But author who may have written 20 articles, but maybe that author did not get citations, still the H index may be lower for him. So it varies for various reasons, and in different databases also, like if you're checking H index of author in social Scopus and you're checking H index of author in Google Scholar, you will see the difference because it depends on what journals are covered in the databases. And another question comes is, today we have a collaborative writer. Not a single author, multiple authors are writing. So how do we calculate H index for second author, third author is something that is not yet clear. I'll just keep this, but we have some H index in Google Scholar. I have a screenshot here, and you can see here he's a associate professor at Institute of Management Technology, Hyderabad. And this is the screenshot that I have taken from Google Scholar. And the author has total citations 241. Okay, but his H index is 5, and his I10 index is 3. What does it mean? You can see here there are 5 articles, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This 5 articles has been cited 5 or more times. This is not 241 total, okay? Some article may be cited 2 times, 1 time also, but there are total, if you see here, 5 articles which has been cited 5 or more times. That is why it has a H index 5. But there are at least 3 articles which has been cited 10 or more times, and that is why the I10 index is 3. Even if you see I20 index, it's going to be 3 because there are 3 articles which is cited 20 or more times. I hope this makes it very clear to you. And this, once you create your profile in Google Scholar, this automatically will be created for you. Maybe you have your Google profile, Google Scholar profile, then you can check your H index and I10 index. This is another author, you can see. Okay, H index is 8. That means there are, screenshot gives only 5, but there are 8 articles which has been cited 8 times and or more. And there are 6 articles which has been cited 10 times or more. This is another, you can see here. His H index is very high. 47 is a good H index for this author. That means his 47 articles are there. The list will be there. This is just a screenshot, which have been cited 47 times or more. And there are 113 I10 index. That means there are 113 articles which has been cited 110 times or more. This is another author who has an H index 32 and I10 index 62, because it is just checking how many articles has references and more. So that's why I10 is more easier to calculate and it gives you a higher one. I'll just keep this. This is taken the same author which we saw, I think, first one. This Sridhar Vaidyanathan from H index from Google Scholar. And what is his H index? 5. Okay. And this is taken from Scopus. Same author has his ID is there in Scopus also. And in Scopus, you can see his H index is 3. So varies from Google Scholar to Scopus. There it was 5, there here it is 3. Similarly, I10 and I20 index. So it's very simple. It is just how many articles has been minimum cited 10 times and above. It's very easy to calculate. Okay. And I20 is how many articles has been cited 20 times and more. So simply see your list, simply see your citations. So how many are more than 20? That many is your I20. Am I visible now? I mean, the slide is visible. Hello.
Ma'am, slide
Ma'am,
is not,
others-
not visible.
I think it just got disconnected. That's why. 1 minute. Huh? I'll have to share the screen again, I think so.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
1 second.
It is visible, ma'am, now.
Yes, where we impact altmetrics. No? Yeah, it just line got disconnected. That's why. Okay, so so people want to know that if in Twitter my article has been mentioned on reference management tools like Zotero, Mendeley, my article has been mentioned on blog, on if it has been bookmarked on a website. So then this type of metrics came, which is known as altmetrics. Okay, and this also is helpful for increasing visibility, that apart from impact factor, H index, your article has been referred in other social media tools also. This I'll skip because there is a video explaining you altmetrics. And what you see here, this colors representing something that we will see in the next slide. That now here, this is my article, which is altmetrics is 1 because it has been used, somebody has tweeted my articles. And somebody has mentioned, it has been mentioned 51 times, 1 times on Mendeley, which is a reference management tools. But this makes it very clear. This is another article where you can see here the altmetrics score is 65. 78 times it has been tweeted, 1,000 times it has been mentioned on Mendeley, it has been mentioned in 3 blogs, and the article has been mentioned in 3 Wikipedia page. Now this all, the impact factor and H index was not going to do it. Okay, and each color represents different items. Similar to that, there is Plumex. Okay, and this all circle, what you see in the symbol, represents different items. The bigger the circle is, the higher is the usage. And you can see here Plumex metrics, the citations. This is this orange color is citations. Okay, whether it is included in citation indexes like Web of Science, Scopus, patent citation databases, and so on. Then this is usage. That is how many times somebody has clicked on my article, how many times it has been libraries, holdings, how many times it has been used in videos. Then this purple is representing, you can see here, how many times the article has been bookmarked, it has been added into favorite, it has been used in reference management tools, and so on. Then how many times my yellow is representing, it has been mentioned in blogs, in news articles, comments, Wikipedia, and blue is representing social media. Okay, so you can see here, this is my article, and green is higher. Okay, only the green circle is there. That means it has been downloaded 4101 times, and my abstract of my article has been seen for 121 times. So what was this green? It's usage, it's downloads. So that's what it means here, that this is downloaded. And this is another example. You can see here, purple and blue is there. So that shows the individual articles Plumex metrics. Plumex and altmetrics are nearly same. And on the left hand side, you can see here the site score, impact factor, SNIP, 5-year impact factor, Schemago journal rank. Many journals will give you all this. So this is one example I was just showing you. This is Library and Information Science Research Journal, which has a site score 3. As I said earlier also, site score is higher than impact factor because it covers 4 years period, whereas impact factor covers 2 years period. 5-year impact factor is going to be again for 5 years how it has been cited, SNIP and Schemigo journal rank. Now, which one you want for your purpose will depend upon what your institution is accepting and so on. Ideally, so far at present, site score impact factor is more than enough. This was just an exercise. If the slides are shared with you, you can try and experiment with this. So before I just conclude, what I wanted to say is that it's very confusing. What is impact factor? ये क्या चाहिए हमको क्यों चाहिए लिटरेचर में इंग्लिश लिटरेचर इन मराठी लिटरेचर ये इम्पैक्ट फैक्टर का क्या वैल्यू रहेगा एग्री but impact factor is very valuable or impact matrices is very valuable in international world. If you are applying abroad also, they may check your publications, your H index, for your CAS also you require, and especially in science and technology and social sciences also this concept is becoming, I mean, it has been accepted and we are expected to publish in that. So if I take my example only, when I published in Library High Tech and Library Philosophy and Practice way back, there was no concept UGC care list 15 इनमें कहाँ था फिर it started coming. Now fortunately this journal Library High Tech is there in UGC care list. So for my CAS it became very, very useful for me. But if it is not there, and because it was not there in 2015 and my promotion is due in 2015, I can still claim for it. But if my promotion is in 2022, then I cannot claim for that 15 ka article because in 22 that journal may not be there in my UGC care list. So if you're going to do research, if you're going in teaching, you are looking for promotions, if you're applying for international jobs, these factors become very, very important. If you want others to know your contribution, then you must publish in highly ranked journals so that your visibility increases, which increases your own H index. Okay. This is just a website which I wanted you to see that there is a new UGC care list which says full
If the student, if the participants have any questions, they can type or also they can unmute them. Any any questions, you can unmute yourself or you can type it in the chat box. I would like to call Assistant Professor Ms. Vishaka Bagwe to propose a vote of thanks. I think so it was, okay ma'am, there is one query from Ms. Manisha. How anyone can check that particular journal is in the UGC care list and its authenticity? Parul ma'am.
Ma'am, you are not audible.
Parul ma'am, there is a question from a participant. How can anyone check that particular journal is in the UGC care list and its authenticity?
Yeah, I'll just come to that. So let me just conclude what I wanted to say here. Yeah. So whichever field you are, whether whatever you are doing, try to publish in UGC care list journals. Create your own ID, I would suggest, in Google Scholar, in Vidwan database, which is created by InflibNet, and it is a government one database. So you can add your profile into this. There is something called ORCID ID, that's for researcher. So this ORCID ID is also acceptable in all these different databases. So if you are in research, if you are doing publications, create your ORCID ID. So if the person knows your ORCID ID, they will get access to everything that you have done. There's another called researcher ID. Then you can create your ID, I think in Scopus. I'm not sure Web of Science, it may not allow you, but Scopus you can create your ID. Try to create your ID in Web of Science so that your visibility to the field in your subject area increases. Increase your research and academic visibility, highly ranked journals, and try to create your own website or try to create your web page included in your institution. Try to create your blog and use the technology to maximum to reach out to make yourself visible to the world. Okay, so the conclusion is that today impact factors are very, very important, and one needs to keep in mind that. Okay, the question was how to check UGC care list journal. Okay, so if we see here, I just go to Google and search for UGC care list journal, and you can see here, go to the UGC website only, which is managed by Pune University. I had given that link. Here you can see. This is the website. Also, I think in my PPT also, I had given the link. So if you click here also, this is the UGC journal list, which you can see latest one, 22. When you click on this, when you see here, this if I take, it is going to charge you, but you can visit here and you can see the journals. Something is there, or you can download it. So this is the site from where you can, and it is a UGC wala. Huh? So we want you to see only in that, either this site or, as we said, the other. Where did it go? So these are the list that you can check up. Yeah. Any other question? So Sonali, I have finished.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for a wonderful session. I'll call Assistant Professor Ms. Vishaka Bagwe to propose a vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Parul Zaveri ma'am. Ma'am, thank you for such an informative session, because one thing we researchers are always concerned is the impact metric, because the papers which are published in journals with highest impact factor, they tend to be better. So you took us through all the different citation databases, the different research metrics like H-index, I-10, I-20, which maybe it is new to some of the researchers who are just entering into the research domain. The calculations which are done to find out the impact factor with different examples of how H-index, I-10, I-20 index look like. So, ma'am, it was indeed a very informative session, and also the two important metrics, that is Plumex metrics and Alt metrics, that was also very interesting. The information that you shared, ma'am, was really very helpful, and I'm sure participants will benefit from it. I would also like to thank our management, because without management support, such type of workshops are not at all possible. The idea of taking up this workshop on research methodology was initiated by our director, Dr. Mrs. Nancy Jones, ma'am, in charge principal, Professor Dr. Moshumi Datta, ma'am, and our vice principal and IQAC coordinator, Dr. Mona Mehta, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming up with such good topics on workshops. Also, I would like to thank my co-conveners, Sonali Singh ma'am and Sonali Vatkar ma'am, because without team effort, you cannot pull up workshop in online mode, especially. And last but not the least, the participants, because they are the ones who are like cherry on a cake, because participants you need for any successful workshop or a seminar to happen. So thanks to all the participants for participating, and I hope the sessions which are conducted in all these 12 days are useful for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. The attendance link is posted in the chat box, and tomorrow we will be having a session on plagiarism. That's also a very important topic in today's research scenario. So meet you all tomorrow. Attendance link is being posted in the chat box.
Okay, I'm leaving now. Huh?
Yeah. Thank you very much, ma'am. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Tomorrow also we start sharp at 10 a.m. So participants can join at 10.